Hello dear colleagues, and welcome to another episode of our University TV. As you can see, this episode is not in our studio, but actually it's in my house, more exactly in my kitchen, and it will be an alternative episode due to alternative circumstances. In fact, as we all know, due to this new epidemiological situation, we should all stay home to protect ourselves, to protect our family, to protect our community. Due to this, we are also trying, of course, to continue our normal life with our work, with our studies, with our hobbies, with our uses. And due to this, actually, today I would present you and I want to provoke you also, all of you, especially my colleagues of the foreign countries, to send us some videos of nice recipes that you have in your countries or in your areas, in which of some nice dishes that you have good memories related to. In fact, what I'm going to do actually today is to present you a dish, actually how to prepare a dish of my area, which is the south of Italy, Napoli more exactly. And this is a nice dish because I have really good memories related to, actually it's called pizza di maccheroni or pizza di spaghetti. This was the name that by which my grandmother used to call it, but actually in Italian it's called also frittata di spaghetti, or again frittata di maccheroni, which basically means omelette of maccheroni, of the omelette of pasta. I know with this name could sound a bit strange, but actually it's a really nice, simple and tasty dish. It's not that sophisticated dish actually. It's a simple, but it's really good, and it's a dish which is prepared to be shared in different occasions. Of course, you can have it also as normal daily dish, but the memories that I have which are related to this dish are mostly moments of community, moment in which we were together with the family. My grandmother used to prepare them, for example, for some occasion in which we were going for a walk in the park, or for a one-day trip on the mountain, or in a sanctuary, on the sea, etc. So it's a really nice dish for me, and it's actually also a useful dish because sometimes you can prepare it also when you have some pasta left from the day before, and actually you don't have some strict rules to follow to prepare this dish, so it's you can easily move in and out ingredients according to what you have left home and the kind of pasta that you have left from the day before. Of course, you can use also to prepare this dish, you can also cook pasta before. So again, I wish to all of you good Sunday. Hope this video will be interesting, will be also nice to watch for you, that you may learn some new interesting recipe. And I still remember, I want to provoke all of you to send us some videos with some interesting, nice, characteristic recipe from your area. Thank you so much, and let's check how to prepare it. Alright, so here we go. Let's check what ingredients do we need to prepare to make this recipe, this dish. So, of course, we need pasta, our main ingredient. As you can see, we have to cook our pasta because I don't have any pasta left from yesterday. In this case, I'm going to use 350 grams of spaghetti, which after we are going to prepare. Then we need eggs, of course. I'm going to use 6 entire eggs. We need 100 milliliters of milk. Then we need also 50 grams of bacon. Well, in this case I'm going to use this kind of bacon, but of course the bacon, the pancetta, so-called pancetta, is the let's say the preferred one to remain in the tradition. However, I remember that my grandmother sometimes were using also other kind of salami, or also prosciutto cotto or crudo, whatever you have left home. I want to remember that this is a simple dish. It's how to say, it's not that a sophisticated dish, and so you can easily move and move the ingredients in and out as you may prefer and what you have left home, so you don't have strictly maintain the tradition. Of course, depends also what taste you want to try. I'm going to show you one of the most traditional recipe for this dish. Then we need also some cheese, so smoked cheese, scamorza, but still the same thing regarding the bacon pancetta is valid also for the cheese. In this case, of course, you can use this provola affumicata or scamorza or other kind of smoked cheese, mozzarella, any kind, Emmental, any kind of cheese that you have left or you have in your home. Then of course extra virgin olive oil, then we need also some pepper and some timus, that I suppose in Romanian, if I'm not wrong, is named cimbru. So we need also some onion, some garlic. I was trying to remember all these ingredients in Romanian, that's why I get confused. So then some parmesan as well. This is everything. I hope I'm not forgetting nothing, but this should be all the ingredients. If not, of course, I will tell you later. Yes, so basically, again, let's try it in Romania. Pasta, spaghetti. In this case, I'm using spaghetti, but you can use also other kind of pasta as well. But as told you again, most traditional one is using the spaghetti. And then also parmesan. If you don't have, you can use also other type of cheeses, and of course also this kind of smoked cheese that you can use. Then after you should cut in small cubes. Let's see the next steps. Now that we have, of course, salt as well. You know, I was sure I was forgetting something. So let's check now the next step. We should cook the pasta. Let's check it. So I think before I forgot to tell you, we need also about the smoked cheese or mozzarella, whatever you have left. We need around 100 grams, and about the parmesan also 50 grams. Let's cook the pasta. I'm sure that all of you knows how to cook the pasta, but still sometimes I watch some strange videos online, like Americans or Russians which cook pasta in stranger ways. I'm going to show you how I cook the pasta, how mostly of the Italians, maybe the 99% of the Italians cook the pasta. Let's check it. So it's not a difficult process actually. We fill in our pot with water. Here we go, we have our water, and let's switch on the fire here. Let's put the pot on. Now basically we have to wait that the water will boil. Let's cover it. When we boil the water, we will put some salt. You can put the salt also earlier, doesn't really matter. And then we are going to put the pasta in a time that the water is boiling, and then we will wait that the pasta will be cooked according to the as is written on the package, or also as you like. Of course, I like a bit harder, so-called al dente, so I will remove it 1 minute before. Okay. So now we have our water on the fire, and we have to start to cut the bacon. We can start from the bacon or from the cheese, what as you prefer. So remember, we need 50 grams of bacon. Let's take a knife. I prefer the wood base actually. There are now many people are using the plastic one, but still I don't like to use plastic in my kitchen. So if I can avoid it, I will do that. And let's see how much is 50 grams. Okay, 55 grams, it's okay. We don't need high precision in my kitchen. We are not in a operation room, so that's for me, it's fine. Now we should cut it in small squares. So let's take our base. we need to prepare some small squares, after which we will mix them with the eggs, with the cheese, with the milk, and we will mix everything as well. Perfect. You can do also like strips, not necessarily cubes, but I prefer cubes. Depends, maybe a mix of cubes and strips, it's the best way. As I told you, so this dish, it's a really, it's not a precision dish, it's not a sophisticated dish, it's a traditional dish that you eat with your entire family. In moments of union or reunion, mostly outside, like in a walk, in a park, in a one-day trip on the sea or in mountain, or other kind of events. Or when I was a child also, for example, I used to go to some trips with school, and also my grandmother sometimes was preparing this for me. Of course, my backpack was full of other kind of chocolates too, but this was the main dish of that day, so that's cool. Of course, if we were not going all together, like with the school, somewhere to eat like a pizza or something else in a restaurant. Okay, now let's start to cut our 100 grams of provola, scamorza, our smoked cheese of in Romanian is cașcaval afumat, so smoked cheese. Actually, you should know that in Naples, not in Naples, but in Italy, we have il caciocavallo as well, which is a cheese. And for this cașcaval, for Italians, it's a really easy word to learn because we have caciocavallo as well, which is a particular type of cheese. So let's put this on our side. Now we have to do the same process with the cheese. I should see how much is it, 100 grams, and then we do small squares, okay? Okay, we have our cheese, I have cut our cheese, 105 grams. Now we should do small squares. It's not perfect, I know. However, as I told you, this will be all melted, so actually it's easier in small cubes for the process of mixing, after which with eggs, with bacon, with spaghetti, etc. And but let's try to cut smaller. Tagliare. The verb in Italian of cut is tagliare. A tagliare. In Romanian it's quite similar as well. Really similar. Our two languages are really close to each other. Due to this, for an Italian or as well for a Romanian, it's not that difficult to learn Italian or Romanian, vice versa. Okay, now that our cheese is cutted, okay, I have to admit that is not the most precise one, but it's fine. We should prepare. We should start to mix the eggs. Okay, I will take a small basket and let's break 6 eggs. Actually, if you like, you can call it also Napolitan omelette, or I don't know, just kidding. But it's a name that outside the country actually could work. Alright, we have our eggs now. We should shake them and add a bit of thymus, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and then mix everything with our bacon, with our parmesan, with our cheese, and after which, when our pasta will be cooked, with our pasta too. Meanwhile, our water started to boil, as you can see, so we can add some salt. Oh my god. Well, this happened, now I should clean. However, it was too full. Yes, I added some salt. Now we wait like just a minute, and then we can put the pasta, our spaghetti, in the water. Oh, that's a disaster, my god. well, we can put our pasta. Nice. And now we wait that our pasta will be cooked. Meanwhile, I will try to clean. And now I'm going to try the pasta. Yes, it's done. We can drain it. Now that our pasta is ready, we are not going to use it that hot as is now, so we are going to wait a few minutes. And since the pasta has to wait, and if we will remain like this, will attach all together, we will put a bit of olive oil, and we will mix it. So when it will be colder, the result will be not just one attached mass. So let's leave the pasta in resting for a couple of minutes, for let's say 10 minutes. Okay, now we should start to prepare our eggs with all the other ingredients. We should mix the eggs. Then we add a bit of pepper. Here we go, as much as you like. A bit of thymus, cimbru, a bit of salt. Here we go. Now we can add also our 100 milliliters of milk. Actually, in some cases, I mean, depends, but there are some people which don't really use milk, but we can use it, 100 milliliters, it's okay. And now that we have mixed it again, we put inside our 50 grams of Parmesan, and let's mix again. Now we can add our bacon and as well our cheese. Okay, now that it's ready, we can mix it with the pasta, with our spaghetti. Let's have just a glass of wine. Meanwhile, actually, it's not that easy to cook. Also, if you prepare easy dish, it can be a bit tiring. Okay, we have our pasta here. Let's put our pasta in this basket with our eggs, etc. Okay, now that everything is ready, we must cook it. Now, you can cook it in the pan, or actually you can cook also in the oven, as you prefer. In this case, I will cook it in the pan. Here we go, we take our pan, let's switch on the fire. Some olive oil on the base. Then we need also a bit of garlic. Here we go. We are going to remove it at a time in which it will become golden. Okay, let's cook it with a low flame for a few minutes, and then we need to turn it, and I will show you how to do it in the traditional way, let's say. So as you can see, our pizza di spaghetti, or our frittata di macaroni, is getting cooked, and the results already, I'm really satisfied about the results so far. Let's hope that until the end everything will be fine, and after which we will also taste it, and I will give you a small feedback about and if I will be satisfied or not. However, I hope that you will try this recipe also home, and I think this was a good idea because I'm almost sure that everybody had some pasta left from the day before, in the past had this this pasta left, and in this case now you have a new recipe on how to enrich it, how to use it again the day after in sidera, and not to put it in the trash because it's just a pity. So due to this and also it's extremely easy to prepare, so hopefully this will be useful to you. And if you have any suggestions, please write down in the video, and I will be really glad to read your opinion about. So I'm really satisfied about this fact that it's not attaching, also because after when I will turn it from up to down and to let this part to let cook it, this will be much easier. If not, it would be much harder to disattach all these our frittata from the borders. Then will be much harder to have a nice result. The smell which is coming, guys, it's really good. You must try to make it because it's simple and it's really tasty as well. Okay guys, now I think that we can turn it. This process is not that easy, it's a bit difficult. But if you have a good pan, it's going to be relatively easy. What you need to do, I mean, I suppose that the inferior face is quite cooked. I can see it. Let's turn it. I will show you how to do. We need a big and flat dish. Usually in Italy we use the pizza dish that are let's say bigger than the normal. So we cover the pan, and then in just one fast movement we turn it like this. Okay, I'm really satisfied about the results. I really like it, it's really well cooked. And now what we have to do, we have to let cook the other face. So that really gently we have to put everything back in the pan. So guys, I think that actually our dish is ready. As you can see, it looks well cooked, and also you can understand that on the inferior part it's cooked from the fact that it starts to do some bubbles and also some foam. So this means that actually the eggs are cooked. And also of course from the smell, which is really important as well. So I think that we can put on the dish, and then we will wait a few minutes that will become a bit colder, and then I will cut it and you can see actually how is it the results. Moreover, as you can see, it's not attached at all. It's really can be easily moved from our pan to the dish. So that's really good. This means that you really had a good result. Again, what we do, it's the same that we did before. Yes, as you can see, this is the result, the final results, which looks really tasty, and the smell, it's incredible. It's goldish, it's well cooked, and it has a really nice round shape. Now it's a bit hot. We will wait just a few minutes, so then will be a bit more compacted, let's say. Then I will cut, and you can see how is it inside. So I started to cut a bit 2 minutes before actually. It's a bit crunchy, as you can see on the surface, so I like it. It should be like this actually. So I cut it in half. Let's cut a slice. Nice. Right now, in the moment in which I'm cutting it, a lot of the smell of the bacon is coming up and give me a really nice flavor directly in the mouth. All right. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Should be exactly like this. As you can see here, we have also the bacon, and this is a perfect result. I'm really satisfied about. This is how it should be. And yeah, please, if you try it, just write down how has been the results, or you can attach also a picture. And This is a really typical dish from my area, from Naples, and I'm glad that I could share this recipe today with you. So if you have any kind again of suggestion or ideas, just tell me. However, this recipe, this is the traditional way to prepare it. Of course, then there are people in which they put some fat of pork instead of olive oil, for example, or a different kind of cheese, etc. There are people which prefer butter instead, or people which don't really like to use milk, they don't use milk. However, I'm really satisfied about the results, and this is one of the most typical recipes, so now I must just try it. So this was our dish. I hope that you found it interesting and it was nice to watch. So I want to still invite you to send us your videos of your nice traditional dishes. And again, I want to invite you to follow strictly the indication of our doctors and of the government. We are all passing through a difficult moment, but as soon as we respect these rules, earlier we will turn back to our normal daily life. But however, we all have to stay positive. Maybe this moment could be interesting also to pass more time, to dedicate more time to our families, to our hobbies, or to that things that usually in the normal life we don't have that much time to apport to. Again, I want to wish to all of you a good Sunday and see you back to another episode of International Students. Be careful and take care.